Glad you could join us now in our first story. After years of operating in what many describe as secrecy, the Economic and Organized Crime Office says henceforth it will open up to the public on its activities. Speaking at a stakeholder consultative forum on its operations, the executive director of the anti-graft agency, Franklin Edupoku, says the decision to dispel a misconception among the public that EOCO is a monstrous unit.
What we are doing is that, for some time, EOCO has been shrouded in mystery in a way. We are not opening up to the public. What we intend to do is that we cannot fight corruption or organized crime alone. We need to involve the public. So we are opening up to the public for the public to, have confidence in us and then work together with us so that we can bring organized crime down. So that's the idea. Probably from the onset, criminals will always want to put fear to people that, yes, this is what is happening. And probably they succeeded in creating that poster, and it has been bought by almost every member of the public. What we intend doing is that we want to break.
Now, Attorney General Gloria Ekufo is urging the public to take advantage of the opportunity to give out information to the unit on any suspicious character or dealings they have knowledge of to help speed up investigations.
This is an opportunity as EOCO opens up. It's also opening up so that you are not only being intrusive to find out what they've been doing behind those office doors, but it should open an era when people will walk to EOCO, not with just gossip, but with good, useful information that will help in its work. Good investigation thrives on good information. And it is the work of everybody, all of us, as citizens of this country. And that is the reason why a private individual, when he or she witnesses a crime being committed or about to be committed, has the force of law behind him or her that enables that person to apprehend with reasonable force the suspect, and within the shortest possible time. We are all required to assist with the work. So while EOCO opens up, I think it's also a challenge to the general public in assisting in the work that it does.
To the health sector now, and the Health Ministry says it is inundated with incessant calls from nurses eager to join government's proposed export of personnel of the profession. Sector Minister Dr. Kwaku Agyeman-Manu, however, insists only professionals with adequate experience will participate in the program. Dr. Agyeman-Manu was interacting with some staff of Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital as part of a 3-day visit to the Ashanti region.
We need to agree and make agreements with them saying that when you go there, they will treat you properly. We need to facilitate you, say that you bring money back home to support the Ghanaian economy as well. We wouldn't take your money, but we are looking at where you all have accounts in Bank of Ghana, for example. So some little part of your money you will save here. So Ghana will also have dollars to support our system. So eventually when you come back home, you have dollars sitting here for you, or pounds sterling sitting here for you, or euros sitting here for you. And I must tell you honestly, I'm scared as a health minister on that. But if you don't do it too, we have a problem. When we started, my thinking was that we should not open more nursing schools. As I speak, we have close to about 90. And the numbers were getting bigger. And we were not getting jobs. Let us thank Nanado again. Okay? So now that we are trying to explore opportunities, it means that the quota system we introduced may begin to look something so that we can try a lot more to fill in the gaps. My fear is that if I'm not careful, everybody wants to go out. Is that not true? Yes. So we have to manage it, saying that we will continue to have the numbers that will make us meet the WHO standards. So only send the surplus. So we'll be rotating. Some will go and come back, others will go and come back. And we want those some level of experience. So if you just finish school and you let you go there like an intern, you go and disgrace us. So they will not take us again. So we need those who have practiced a little bit, some years into the profession, and then when they go and they work hard, the people will continue to demand more from us because of what good work they may have gone to do. So just hesitate a little bit, learn harder, because there's going to be better opportunities ahead of us in the health sector. But it depends on how much you put into learning. You know, the teachers are ready to teach you. The doctors and the nurses already in the facilities are ready to take you through clinicals to make you become what you should be. I believe.
Now, Mr. Agyemang Manu is still touring some health facilities in the Ashanti region to get first-hand information on the status of their operations. Joy News' Nanayao Jima is with Mr. Agyemang Manu on this tour, and he joins us on the phone with more. Nanayao, which hospitals have you visited so far? What have you found out?
At the moment, we are at the Tepa government hospital, and this is a project that was started by the former administration but stalled due to some reasons. Today, I can see some people here working. It means work has resumed, and the minister is here to inspect work. And also, before that, we went to the Mankanso government hospital. This is an already established facility which is already in operation, but the minister went there to abreast himself with the challenges of that hospital, and from there we've been to a couple of CHIPS compounds that are on the Mankanso Tepa stretch. And at Tepa, before coming here, he visited the Tepa hospital briefly. So at the moment, the minister is still touring the facilities here at the Tepa government hospital, which is nearing completion. And
what has the minister been saying regarding these projects?
So far, he's yet to officially speak to the media, but I think he's impressed with what he has seen so far here at the Tepa hospital. So after the whole tour, we'll get the opportunity to officially have an interaction with him.
What have you observed regarding the speed with which the projects are being executed?
I cannot say much because before now, the project has stalled for some time. It is one of the projects that the former president, John Mahama, started in the Ashanti region. But since his exit, the project have stalled. So we cannot say much about the speed with which they are doing the project, because since they resumed work, I haven't been here, so I don't know much about it. But after we have an interaction with the minister, at least we can get some information on that.
Thank you, Nanayao Jima, for joining us. We stay in the health sector because patients seeking medical care at the Bulenge Health Center in the Wa East District of the Upper West region are being treated on benches due to inadequate beds at the facility. The challenge has been attributed to the overwhelmingly large number of patients who go there for medical attention. Joy News' Upper West correspondent Rafiq Salam, who visited the facility, reports sometimes patients are treated on the bare floor.
This health center is located at Bulenge in the Wa East District of the Upper West region. The community in terms of population plays second fiddle to Fancy, the district capital, and somehow often refers to as the shadow capital of the Wa East District due to its location. The community is surrounded by more than half of the 138 communities in the district, thereby bringing pressure to the few social amenities in the area. A case in point is this health center, who serves as the final referral center for dozens of communities who only have a CHIPS compound at their doorstep. Yet, the equipment at this health center is nothing to write home about. Apart from the limited space available, they have inadequate beds to take care of the slew of patients that comes to the facility to seek medical care. They are forced to treat patients on jaded benches whose stands are crooked. Others lie on the bare floor for treatment. Musa Moses is the principal physician assistant at the Bulenge Health Center.
We are currently in the malaria season, the rainy season. This is the period through which we see a chunk of our clients. Now, the people in this place are predominantly farmers. They are poor, they don't have money. And if you look at the facility is small, and because of that, we are also, the registers that we are having are also small. We have few beds. The people come. If you refer them, they say they don't have money to go to work. So they prefer to lie on the benches. Some of them even lie on the floor. Today, because of the rain, you can see that many people didn't even come to the clinic more today. Other than that, sometimes you can see about 2-3 people on one bed.
Patients referred to seek medical care outside the district often refused and prefer to lie on the benches.
As a health center, we don't have a laboratory services. The lab that we depend on is a private lab. Our top disease in this area is malaria. And you know, malaria comes with complications. One of them is severe anemia. And as I talked to you this morning, I've already referred 4 children to go to our regional hospital for blood transfusion. We will be grateful if philanthropists, government, or any benevolent person that will wish to come and help us here with an infrastructure. Okay, a bigger ward, a laboratory, or any equipment that anybody can donate to the facility to help mitigate the problems that we are facing, so that the people of the community will appreciate.
Meanwhile, at the Wa East District Assembly Town Hall meeting held at Bulengi to shed light on the extent of implementation of the 2019 composite budget, which the Assembly members approved, the issue of the deplorable nature of the Bulengi Health Center came to the fore. Wa East District Chief Executive Mosu Jotie said he was aware of the deplorable nature of the health center, but was quick to add that plans are afoot to fixing it.
I visited the place myself. Even the very day I went there, I saw a patient lying on a bench, and then the health worker was there attending to the patient. That alone wasn't very happy in the hospital. I saw the situation myself. So once we are trying to come to rehabilitate the whole system, whatever facility or whatever working instrument that in that system, anything that is not in good shape will also be changed. So put it in a very good shape for all of us.
Reporting for Joy News, Rafiq Salam, Bulengi.
We stay with health because residents of Kasoa are asking the government to commission a completed hospital which has been abandoned. The health facility, which was completed in 2016 by the erstwhile Mahama administration, has been left to rot away. Joy News' Henry Kwesi Bedu visited the Kasoa enclave and reports residents are faced with traveling a long distance to an already populated polyclinic.
A government health center completed 3 years ago to cater for the health needs of the ever-growing population of Kasoa and its environs has been abandoned. Residents say they are eagerly waiting for the facility to be opened for use.
Yes, I don't know why it is not opened yet, but I hope this year it will be opened.
So we are thinking, I've been here almost 2 years now. So I was thinking this place can operate then. We will be free.
Victor Mensah is a resident of Kasoa. He narrates how pregnant women, children and the old struggle to access health care in his community.
How they find because sometimes we won't say area and I think I see hospital.
I'm a taxi driver. I often pick sick persons, including pregnant women in my neighborhood, to the hospital. We sometimes travel long distances, especially when they are referred to either go to Accra or Winneba.
Because anytime
sometimes I'm even called late in the night. They apply to ease once this hospital is commissioned. We need government help.
As residents wait for government to decide when the facility will be opened, there is massive congestion at the only referral health facility situated in the heart of Kasoa. Patients who come to the polyclinic for various treatments say they spend more than 10 hours before seeing doctors. Those who are impatient leave the facility disappointed. Raymond recounts how long it took for his 3-month-old baby who was rushed to the facility was treated.
For the past 3 days now, we have been experiencing some things that we don't understand. So I went to a pharmacy to lodge a complaint and they told me that it's a little boy. They can't give any medicine unless I bring him to the hospital. So yesterday we were here around, let's say 5-something to 6. The moment we got here, there was no nurse even around to attend to me and I came to meet so many people over there. And before the nurse came in, we were talking. I thought if you bring in a patient like a little baby, they'll be able to look after the baby very well or very fast so that whatever that the issue is, you can be able to resolve it. But unless me talking over there, shouting before, a nurse told me that he wants to do me a favor so that they will check on my baby.
Mohammed, a 68-year-old retired military officer, says although he would love to use the new facility, he is forced to travel to the military hospital, about 3 hours drive, for treatment.
I attend military hospital for my medications, whilst we have a very beautiful clinic just by my doorstep. It worries us a lot. The Minister of Health, it's his responsibility to ensure that we get adequate medical attention. Whether whichever regime builds it, we don't care. We are Ghanaians, and what is due us must be given to us.
Some residents of Kasoa are begging government to make the new facility operational.
Tell the government to come and open it for us so that it will save us time and energy from going up and down before rushing someone to the hospital.
The only place we normally go is Kasoa, either Jestab or Polyclinic, or St. Jude or Central Kasoa Hospital, which is far from here. What of in the night? What are we going to do? But this is very close to us where we can use it. Because such a very huge facility, I'm wondering, I don't know.
For Joy News, Henry Kwesi-Bedou's report.
You're live on Joy News today with me, Daniel Daze. Still to come, opposition NDC adopts red beret as a symbol to push for better standards of living for Ghanaians. Activities of some sand winners at Esuchari destroying the source of drinking water for more than 20,000 residents in the area. All that and more when we come back. Stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. Now, hundreds of Ghanaians who poured out onto the streets of Accra to stage a protest yesterday could be seen sporting red hats. They say it's a symbol of the revolution they are participating in, the push for better living standards for Ghanaians. The hats, however, have a long history associated with activism and centre-left movements. Joy News' Joseph Akable explores this in the following report.
The beret is a soft, round, flat-crown hat, usually woven or hand-knitted. It is a common gear for Ghana's security agencies, including the police and military. It, however, has a long history dating back to the 19th century when it was popular as a sportswear or a fashion statement. It is also a revolutionary symbol adopted by many activist groups, including the Black Panther Party of the United States. South Africa's far-left party, Economic Freedom Fighters, also wear the hat. The most famous photographs of Argentine activist Ernesto Guevara, who is an icon for many center-left movements, has him sporting a black beret with a brass star. The hat is, however, gradually creeping into Ghana's political space. The Economic Fighters League and sympathizers of the opposition NDC are the latest to join the trend.
And on a lighter note, I cannot help but ask, the hat, I've seen a number of persons belonging to your party in this particular hat. What is it about?
You need to ask Sammy Gyamfi.
Sammy Gyamfi was meanwhile busily addressing the massive crowd with his red hat firmly fitted on his head. Some of the individuals who wore the hats have been explaining the statement they are putting across.
Oh, this hat is for the demonstration, just for the demonstration. The revolution has begun.
My brother, you see, at your forest, that is dear to my heart. My brother, so that's why you got the hat. In fact, that's why I have this.
It's part of the costume.
So you were asked to wear it?
Yeah. And it shows how serious we are, how we mean this demonstration, how important this demonstration it is to us, because we have to fall under one umbrella so that we can be identified as such.
As Ghana's Social Democratic Party continues in its quest to recapture power, voters can expect to see many of its messengers sporting the red hat. Joseph Akable, Joy News, Accra.
I always thought it looked stylish. Now, the activities of some sand winners at Esuchari are destroying the source of drinking water for more than 20,000 residents in the area. A company in the area managed by Ghanaians and Chinese has been digging sand out of the River Volta at the site where the Osudoku water plant that treats water for inhabitants is located, polluting the entire water body. Joseph Opoku Gapo of our Environment and Technology Desk has more.
ZNJ 198 Ghana Limited has been operating here for about 5 years now. As a result of the activities, the riverbank is bare with large portions of the sand scooped off. Now they fetch the sand from beneath the river. Heavy machinery digs the sand underneath, which is then transported to the riverbank for onward movement to Accra and other areas for construction projects. Francis Jagla loads sand from here to sell in Accra.
This one, they take go East Legon. Okay. The way I can meet people for here.
Okay. So this one, for example, like how much you go sell them?
It's 1,500.
And a day you are able to do like how much? How many?
3 trips a day.
Okay. Then it's bringing good money, isn't
it? Yeah.
Chemicals used in the sand winning also pollute the water.
The police, I don't know, they use chemicals to mine the sand from the riverbed. And I don't know, from visual inspection, you could see, I don't get the water, you could see the color has changed, you could see suspended particles on the water. At times, you could see oil spillage on the surface of the water. And at times, when you get to that place, you see that there are aquatic animals in the water. At times, you get to the fishes and the crocodiles and other animals in the water. But when you get there, you could see that some of them are even suspended dead on the water. You may not know the cause, but I'm sure it might be of the activities that is causing it.
Residents here complain it rendered this portion of the Volta River unusable. At first, they could bathe using the water from the river, but that causes them body rashes now.
First time the water inside they make clear, but time where they come, the water inside make dirty. So they see if you talk your body or rashes will come.
But more disturbing is the location of the community water and sanitation plant here. Managers complain they are struggling to treat the water for supply to the 4 communities in the enclave. The technician here, Isaac Nyako, says they are spending more money on chemicals now.
They pollute the water in such a way that when we come to this place, cost of production increases. And at times, you can see it makes the nutrients grow very well in the water. And then when we come here, we see behind, you can see all the green algae in the water. When they stir the water, we see the sand deposit find itself clogged in our machines. So they which close or block the machine. At the end, it wears the machines off very rapidly, which causes the higher production cost on the machine.
He says the situation is risking the lives of water consumers.
If they get closer to that place and they mine the sand, tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, because the intake, the building will shake up and they extend the foundation. When it settles, it will collapse. And it collapse, water will not get to the community.
Fisher folks here lament their fishing businesses have now ground to a halt as a result of the operations of the sand winning company.
First time we Highland Day where the water day the side, you see, so you go small time, you get fishing. But by this time you go far away before you go get some. First time we do we see say sometimes if you put the fingerless where they not grow too much. I see if they did work like this with the water dirty one in Misa and the clear one, the fish they know they see things again.
Then they would die.
Yeah, they will die.
The women here are unhappy about the situation.
The water, they are spoiling our water for us. We get sickness, diarrhea. We want Aban to help us to come and stop them.
Officials of the company here have declined comment on the issue, referring us to their headquarters. For Joy News, Joseph Opoku Gapo reporting.
Back to Accra now, and she's been at the center of all the contests from the 1/8 stage of the National Science and Maths Quiz competition up until the final. Sometimes stern, other times lenient, but most of all, Dr. Elsie Effa Kaufman says she's looking forward to a keenly contested final involving Presec Legon, St. Peter's Senior High School and St. Augustine's College. But after hosting the quiz for 12 years and running, the biomedical engineer has seen it all. The highs, the lows, and Komla Adom takes a look at her moments this year.
Welcome to the 2019 edition of the National Science and Math Quiz.
She's all you need in a quiz mistress, and even without a whip, you will fall in line. A strict examiner, a motherly cushion when she has to be, and certainly a woman who knows her stuff. Dr. Elsie Effa Kaufman has done 12 years moderating the National Science and Maths Quiz and is still at it. All through the competition so far, she has dazzled in her uniquely made outfits of local ethnic fusion and Afrocentric shades. But she would be the first to admit, beyond the fashion ensemble, it's been a great competition so far.
I occur in many varieties, each of which is distinguished by a property of the unique particle conventionally labeled Z. Who am I? Newton.
Atoms.
Oh yeah.
Here is an excited Dr. Effa Kaufman when you solve her problem of the day.
Opokuwari School had no problem with the problem of the day. And so I'm happy to award a perfect score together with the NSMQ staff. Hooray!
Well, she can be light like that. Also when a fancied school gets cut to size.
In Fansipim School, or Kunuyedzin. Unfortunately, we have to say goodbye. All the best.
But hey, she can be stern too.
I am doing the best I can. If you make too much noise and your contestants can't hear the question, the statements, that's your own loss.
The crowd sometimes gets chant happy, and in that mood, they do this for the quiz mistress.
Our media partners are Joy News, Joy FM, My Joy Online, and YFM. Oh yeah, it is.
Madame Effa Kaufman could be a problem of the day on July 11 at the National Theatre. For all schools at the final, contestants from Presec would especially remember this during the semi-finals.
Contestants, you didn't take enough time to actually understand the physical problem in your hands. You jumped at the values there and started doing calculations left and right without understanding what the physical problem really was. So at the end of the day, none of you was able to provide the correct answer to our problem of the day. I am most unhappy to award zeros all around.
For many of the neutrals, an all-girls school should have been here, but it was not meant to be, and Dr. Effa Kaufman is disappointed.
Oh, this year we were hopeful that this would be the year where something happens. Unfortunately, our last chance was the one we had.
Wesley Girls High School this afternoon.
Yeah, and I was a bit disappointed. The young ladies gave up too early.
Yes.
From the body language, they had given up in the first round. But there's hope because, you know, last year, that was when I said, when the young ladies brought their cheering team and they were singing the songs just like the young men, then I knew things were improving because previously, if you remember, Wesley Girls would come and sit down with some beautiful clap.
Forget when her handbag was stolen at the 2017 finale. Dr. Elsie Effa Kaufman has bigger expectations for Thursday's epic involving Presec, St. Peter's and St. Augustine's College.
Disappointed with our semi-finals because I expected the contest to be a little closer, but it didn't happen that way. I'm hoping I'm hoping that we have a very well contested final.
But ultimately, after 5 rounds of contest, waves of school chants and shouts,
what are we to expect?
It is written in the scriptures, in the book of Exodus, chapter 14, verse 30. And Moses said unto the people, fear not, stand still, and see the salvation of the Lord, which he shall bring to you today. For the Egyptians we see today, we shall see them no more.
My carbon atoms have the luxury of maintaining their exact tetrahedral angles. Who am I? Newton.
Cyclohexane.
Yes.
a motley crowd of students, old students, friends, sympathizers and families of contestants cheering their boys up. There will be only one winner. Would it be 5-time champions Presec snatching a 6th, or would defending champions St. Peter's nick this one to make it a 4th trophy? Or just maybe St. Augustine's would rack up a 2nd? Well, Dr. Elsie Eva Kaufman and the rest of us will find out after round 5 on Thursday.
Indeed it is, and it's now time for business because we're back in the Joy News studios. When Dow joins us, he'll be telling us how the Aviation Ministry is working to complete contractual agreements for a home-based carrier by the end of this month. Stay with us.